Today we are talking about a phone that feels like a design experiment Samsung somehow got away with, the Galaxy S25 Edge. It's insanely thin, surprisingly powerful, and just different enough to make you stop and go, wait, how is this so lightweight? It also costs 1.9 lakh rupees in India, so the question is, are you really getting a flagship or is it just a design experiment dressed as a flagship? Here are 4 reasons to buy it and 3 reasons why you might want to skip it. The S25 Edge is just 5.8 mm thick and weighs only 163 grams. That's lighter than most compact phones despite having a large 6.7-inch screen. In a world where phones are becoming bricks, this one disappears right into your pocket. The build is flagship all the way. You get a titanium frame, Gorilla Glass Ceramic 2 on the front, Victus 2 on the back, and it feels like a luxury product because it is. It's surprising how quickly you get used to the lightness, to the point where I genuinely had moments of panic wondering whether I left the phone behind. Everyone I showed it to was impressed by how light and minimal it felt in the hand, to the point they were envious why their phones had to feel like a brick in comparison. The design isn't just thin for the sake of it, it's practical, comfortable to hold for long stretches, great for long calls, scrolling, binging, all without wrist fatigue. And while it's not compact in size, it's definitely compact in feel. This is a high-end Samsung phone, so yes, the display is phenomenal. It's a QHD Plus AMOLED panel and it delivers on every front, be it sharpness, color accuracy or brightness. Samsung claims 2600 nits peak brightness and I saw around 2000 nits in real-world use, which is still incredibly bright even outdoors. In our lab test, it hit a delta E of 1.5 with 99% color gamut coverage, which means colors are accurate and natural, whether you're watching SDR or HDR content or just scrolling Instagram. Everything just looks right and it feels like a flagship screen. The S25 Edge runs on Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset just like the rest of the S25 series, so yes, it's fast. Games like COD Mobile and BGMI ran at consistent 90 FPS, while Genshin Impact stayed at around 60 FPS. And surprisingly, CPU throttling was better than the standard S25 as it held 70% of peak performance, which is respectable for a phone this thin. But here's the caveat, the thermal space is limited. After 25 to 30 minutes of gaming, the phone starts to warm up. It doesn't overheat, but this is not a device for long gaming marathons. Battery life is dependent on a 3900 mAh unit. In daily use, I got around 10 to 11 hours of screen on time in basic use, which is actually better than expected and in line with the battery life we saw on the S25 and S25 Plus. We got a screen on time of around 6 hours when we pushed through back-to-back BGMI sessions and around 9 hours in our YouTube video loop session. So if you're pushing the phone hard or living on mobile data, you'll probably need to plug it in by evening. The S25 Edge doesn't try to impress with crazy zoom or AI camera tricks. Instead, it sticks to the tried and tested, a 200 megapixel main sensor from the S25 Ultra, a 12 megapixel ultra wide and a 12 megapixel selfie camera. Daylight shots are clean and detailed, portrait mode is natural with good subject separation, and the ultra-wide is sharp and even has autofocus for close-ups. No telephoto lens, but 2x crop zoom is usable in good light. In low light, the main sensor holds up well, but the ultra-wide falls behind. Overall, you get solid camera results with no surprises. It's just consistently good and it's right up there with the rest of the S25 series. 1.9 lakhs. That's what Samsung's asking for the S25 Edge in India. And here's the thing, it's hard to say whether it's worth that price because it depends on you. If you're someone who sees value in having a one-of-a-kind design, a phone that feels premium, unique and slim, maybe it's worth it. But if you're looking for raw specs, better battery and long-term practicality, the S25 Plus or S25 Ultra might make more sense. So the real question is, are you willing to pay this much for slimness? But that's not something I can decide for you. You get 25-watt wired charging, no 45-watt option, no special charging tech. It took me 1 hour 19 minutes to fully charge it using a compatible charger. There's also 15-watt wireless charging, which again feels basic, and when you're paying a lakh plus, basic isn't what you want to hear in the charging department. This is a phone built for comfort, not for power users. If you regularly edit videos, game for hours, or multitask like a maniac, you'll hit its limits. Thermals creep in, the battery drains faster, and the thin form factor starts to show its downsides. The S25 Edge isn't Samsung's attempt to make the best phone for everyone. It's their attempt to make the most unique phone for someone. A phone that asks, what if premium didn't have to mean bulky? It's not a practical all-rounder, it's not a performance beast, but it's light, elegant, and it works surprisingly well for what it is. If that resonates with you and you're willing to pay the premium, then the S25 Edge might just be your next phone. If not, the S25 Plus and the S25 Ultra are in the vicinity too. Now, would you spend over 1 lakh for a slim, beautiful phone, or would you stick with the chunky Ultra Life? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.